Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Charles Peace. In today's video, we'll be making beautiful circled plain and pattern design. So guys, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell icon to be notified anytime I upload a new video. Now I'm using wine English fabric and African print. This is 1 yard of African print fabric and these 3 years of English fabric. So guys, let's go over to the cutting. Now I'll fold my fabric in a bias form and I'll mark my shoulder measurement. Shoulder measurement is 16 inches divided into 2 will give me 8 inches plus half inch. So at this point, this is my 8.5 inches. I'll go ahead and put a straight line on it. Now from this point, I will take the length of the dress, which is 43 inches, and I'll add extra 2 inches allowance, making it 45 inches. This is 45 inches. I'll go ahead and mark 45 inches round. The length is 43 and I'll add extra inches. That's 45 inches. Now I've connected the lines, so I'll go ahead and cut it out. And I use my pin to secure it to make sure the fabric did not shift. Now from the neckline, now I will mark my shoulder measurement, which is 8.5. I will mark 9 inches for my armhole. This is 8.5 inches here. I'll put 1 inch for my shoulder slope. Then the neckline, I will mark 3.5 here. Then I'll join the shoulder slope. Then from this point, I'll take the bust measurement. This 11.5. From here, I'll take the bust measurement, which is 41 divided by 4 will give me 10.25. So I'll mark my 10.25 here and 1.5 inches allowance. At this point, I have 4 inches left as half of this armhole. Now it's 8 inches divided by 2 will give me 4. I will come in by half an inch. Then I'll curve it from here to this point. Then from this point, I will take it down to the edge using my straight ruler. From this point here, I will mark it straight to the hemline. Then I'll go ahead and cut it out. But before then, I'll place my front neckline. For the front neckline, I will mark 3 inches. I will not cut it out now. I'll first cut the back before I cut out the front neckline. I'm cutting the back piece. Now I've placed the first one to cut out the second piece, which is the back pieces. It's not having a zipper, so I'm cutting the exact thing I cut at the front side. So the difference there is that I'll go ahead and mark my neckline for the back will be higher. So the neckline for the back, instead of the front one is 3 inches, so the back I will make it 1.5 inches. So I've cut out the front and the back pieces. The next thing I'll be cutting will be the sleeve. Now for the sleeve, the length is 20 inches. I'll go ahead and add extra 2 inches because it's not having a lining, so I'll be folding it with bigger inches. So I'll go ahead and mark 22 inches. Okay. I will mark 11 inches as the elbow. So for this side, I'll remove 5 inches from it, but I will mark 4.5. Is a coat shoulder sleeve. I'll remove 4.5 so that by the time I turn it, it will be 5 inches. So I'm having 4.5 inches here. So because I'm cutting off this side, I'll come down by 1.5 inches here. So I mark 4 inches here. Now the length of the sleeve is 20 plus 2 inches, that is 22 inches. This is 22 inches. The elbow line 11 inches. Now the round sleeve for this upper side is 15 inches. At this point is 13. This point is 15, 13 and 11.5. So 15 divided into 2 will give me 7.5. So I have extra half an inch for seam allowance. It's not having lining, so I'll go ahead and mark 8 inches. This is 8 inches here. This side is 13 inches. 13 divided into 2 will give me 6.5. And I'll add extra half inch. Down here is 11.5. 11.5 will give me 11 divided into 2 will give me 5.5. Then 5 inches divided altogether I'm having 5.75. That is 5.8 inches. Then I'll add extra 1 inch allowance. Extra half inch allowance. This is half inch. So I'll join it together. Then down here I'll come down by 4 inches. Then I'll curve. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. At this point I want to cut off 3 inches from here. Just want to curve it down like so. Now I'll cut facing for this with my plain wine fabric. Then I'll mark 4.5 inches as the length. I'll place it on another fabric to cut the second piece. Then I'll open it up to the right side because the facing is coming to the front side. I'll go ahead and place it like so. This is for the sleeve. The next thing is to cut the facing for both the front and the back pieces. Now I want to cut out the back facing. Then I'll go ahead and mark 5 inches round. Now I will make a slit of 3.5 inches at the back neckline. The same thing. This is for the back facing. Now the front slit will have a V-shape turnover. So I will go ahead and mark, and the length I want it to be 13 inches. I'll first of all mark out the neckline, then I'll measure out the length and carve it in a V shape. I'll go ahead and cut out the neckline. Because I want it to have a V shape, I'll go ahead and mark the length. I'm using this length 13.5 inches for the length. So from this point, I'll take it straight to this shoulder line. So I'll go ahead and mark straight line to the shoulder. Then I'll go ahead and cut it out. By the time I open it, I'll place it. Mind you, this is coming to the front side. So while sewing, we'll start from the wrong side. This is the right side of the fabric. You can see this is the wrong side. But first of all, sew it from the back, then flip it to the front side. This is how it will look. This is how it will look on the dress. So guys, we are actually done with the cutting. The next stage will be the sewing aspect. So the first thing to do to sew it is very simple. The main thing is to turn the neckline, then close up the two sides, add your sleeve. So the first thing we'll be doing is to turn the neckline. This is the right side of the African fabric. I'll place it at the wrong side. That is, the African fabric wrong side is facing up, and this one too is facing up. So I'll go ahead and pin it. But before then, make sure that you fold in this side with your, because this is coming to the front side. You can use iron and iron it out. So I'll go ahead and secure it with my pin. Then I'll go ahead and sew through the neckline with 1/2 inch. The same thing, both the front and the back pieces. So that after sewing, I'll flip it to the right side so that this side now will come to the front side. You can see that's the first thing I will do. This is the front. So this is the back pieces. I'll have to place it the same way I placed the front pieces. This is the right side of my wine fabric. I'll put it down and I'll place the wrong side up. This is the wrong side of the African fabric. I'll face it up. So the first thing is to sew through the neckline. Remember, it has a slit. I'll make sure I sew through the slit side as well. You can see this is for the front and the back pieces. Then for the sleeve, I'll do the same thing. This is the wrong side of the African print fabric, and this is the wrong side of my one fabric. I'll go ahead and sew. So I'll sew through each of them. After then, I'll show you the next thing we'll be doing. So I've sewn the neckline, you can see, and I went ahead to notch it. So I'll flip it to the right side. I've already ironed it, you can see. I folded 1/2 inch at the edge of the triangle design of the fabric. So the next thing to do is to top stitch on it. I'll just top stitch. This is the right side now. This is the right side. I'll go ahead and top stitch on it. The same thing to the back. This is the back side. I've ironed it as well. And I'll put a notch at the neckline round, after which I turn it to the right side. So I'll top stitch as well. I'll top stitch round for it to relax very well. I'll go ahead and top stitch on it round. Now this is the sleeve. I've folded the down part of the sleeve and as well notch. I sewed it and notch it. So I'll fold this up down side of this plain fabric. I'll fold it in. You can use your bias tape to tape the down part, after which I will leave it like so. Then I'll close it up. But before closing it up, I want to attach it directly to the clothes. I want to close it all together with the main clothes. So the next thing to do is just to fold in this edge as well. Fold it this edge, after which I'll show you the next thing we'll be doing. Now I've top stitched on the design. This is the front, while this is the back, and I went ahead to put buttonhole for it. So the next thing I'll do is to join it together. I'll join the front and back pieces together. After joining, I will tape the armhole round because the sleeve is not going to cover the upper side. The sleeve will stop at this point. You can see. So I use the same material and tape round to stop at the point where I will insert my sleeve. This is how the sleeve will be. So this upper side, I will tape it the same thing with the two sides. But before I tape in, I will go ahead and add my sleeve. I'll add it one side to this side and one side to the other side. Or you can decide to close it up entirely. After closing, then you can attach your sleeve. Just fold it. This is the right side. Fold it at the wrong side. Close it up with 1/2 inch. Then open it and insert the sleeve. So if I turn it, the next thing I will do is to close up the two sides with, I will close it up with 1 inch. I will use 1 inch and close it up. So I'll go ahead, I'll join the shoulder, tape the upper side, then close it up the two sides with 1 inch. After then, I'll show you the next thing we do. So guys, now after joining the sleeve, this is how it looks. This is a full dress. And see, it's very free. and this is the back. You go ahead and add your button to it. So guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Click on the bell icon to be notified anytime I upload a new video. Give it a thumbs up, share to your friends. Keep watching for more styles and drop a comment. How do you feel about this style? Drop your comment at the comment section. Bye.